So this is a giant eucalyptus tree that fell into the Smith Canal in September, and as you can see in the distance, it's Yosemite Lake. There are two of them that are roughly the same size. So this one is still standing. I've already started to remove the surface material that was catching garbage. You see all that. So all the leaves and small branches are gone now, but there's still some enormous branches and enormous trunks under the water. There's three major trunks that come off of it. It's similar to what you see in that tree there. One of them was above the water line, so I was able to process and get it split from, cut in half. And today I'm going to float it so that we can get it out of the water and cut it into pieces there, because it's about 22 inches in diameter. As you can see, I've tried to float it with life jackets, but eucalyptus is heavier than water, and these life jackets do not work. I am going to try to negotiate this. There's still branches under the water here. We're at low tide right now. Not the lowest tide, but it's pretty low right now. This tree is a monster. Just beneath the surface there's another large trunk. There's this one, and there's another one on the other side, and then there's this one that I've already started to cut and remove. So what I'm going to do right now is crank it up so I can put, instead of these life jackets, which utterly failed, you can see that one is sunken, and I've already let it down, and it sinks with those on it. Fortunately, the way it fell and the use of this branch here is like a crane, so I hooked up an engine hoist, a ratcheting engine hoist. They call these a come along, and was able to get it off the bottom of the water. Alright, let me pull in and crank it back up so you can see the size of this thing. It has to weigh 2.5 tons. I'm assuming it weighs 2.5 tons. Let's see if I can get in close here, and we'll start cranking it up. And this is what I'm going to replace the life jackets with. This should be enough. I'm going to strap these down tight to the top of it and release it back down into the water. And I should be able to float it to a place where I can secure it and process it later. Okay, I think that's good enough. And this is a 3/4 ton hoist, so it's enough to get some of it out of the water, but it would struggle, and I wouldn't even try to get the whole thing out. You can see it's, what is it, 10 or 12 feet long, 22 to 25 inch diameter. Let's get into it here. There's probably 4 more of these in sections like this to get out of here, maybe more. A lot of the wood, once it's down to like a 10-inch diameter, I can just process it right here on my platform. And then haul it to wherever we're taking it. I don't know, can you? I have a buoy, a boat warning buoy that's in front of this. I'm going to put some more warnings up as we remove this and until we remove it. Alright. Back when I get the float strapped on it. Alright, I've got the float strapped on top of this log. This should float it. If this doesn't float it, I give up. Alright, so I'm gonna lower it and see what happens. But I think it's gonna float. Let's get closer. Put it down. Alright, it's going down. See, there's slack on that. Let's see. Oh yeah. We're loose. Alright. Man, that didn't take much. Is that on the bottom? Wait a second. No, that puppy's floating. Oh, wow. Alright. Proof of concept. Now we can just get these logs into similar shapes, sizes, and float them down to the lake and take them out to the lake where the bank at high tide is like equal with the high water level. Just pull them out with the truck, chop them into pieces, because cutting this stuff close to the water is a nightmare. Alright. Happy about that. I hope that's good. Might want to tighten that one. It looks a little jiggly. Alright. There we go.